Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining the webinar. So in today's webinar, we'll discuss about the all new Fronius Solar.SOS. So in today's webinar, myself, I'm Balaji Ganesan. I'm the lead tech support engineer at Fronius Australia. And today I'll also do this webinar along with one of our superstars, Vivek Guraba, who's our tech support engineer. So in today's webinar, we'll go through about the Fronius apps and what is Fronius SOS, and also we will give you an overview about the new Solar.SOS app, about the user interface and how the app works and how the registration process works. And then he will also give an overview about the troubleshooting process using the SOS app. Then we'll go through a live demo on the Fronius SOS on how to do troubleshooting and how to raise service cases using SOS. And also we'll give some more important information about the Fronius service process and our YouTube channel. And we'll conclude with some questions and answers at the end of the presentation. So since this topic or today's topic is about service and troubleshooting, let's start to know about what does Fronius proactive service approach means. So we would like to categorize the service approach into 4 categories. So starting with training, so we do conduct training programs all across Australia every now and then. And apart from that, we also do webinars like this with some of the latest updates regarding our products and solutions, and all those YouTube video recordings will be available in our YouTube channel. And then we have our very unique Fronius Solutions Partner Program, where we select some companies based on some criteria and train them on how to exchange components on the inverter, like board level exchange. So with this program, once you're fully trained as an FSP, so Fronius Solutions Partner, you'll get to know how to exchange boards on the inverter, so we can fix the issues on site on one go. And then we have our tech support team now. So in Melbourne, we have up to 8 tech support engineers, who provide support to you over the phone, help the installers and technicians with the troubleshooting and also some product information as well. And then finally, we got our support tools like the Solar SOS tool, the Solar Web app, and also the Solar Start app. So those are the 3 apps that we have at the moment. So even though there are like 3 different apps, they have one thing in common. Any guesses, any thoughts? But I'll let you know why these 3 apps have something in common. So the goal of us to have the Fronius proactive service approach is to maximize the system uptime. So that's our goal. So, being one of the highest quality inverter manufacturer in the market, added along with the best service, so that we can ensure and maximize the uptime of the system. So that's all the brief that we have at the moment. So now I'll hand over it to Vivek, and he will take you through the Fronius Solar.SOS and also give an overview about how the app can be used for troubleshooting or service requests. Over to you, Vivek.
Thank you, Balaji. Thank you everyone for joining in. Today I will be giving you a brief overview on the features of the new Fronius SOS platform, and also demonstrating the user interface of the new platform. What is Fronius SOS? It's a self-serve tool that's available for technicians 24/7, wherein the technicians can request troubleshooting information, any history on the case. They can inquire about inverter data, such as warranty information, and can also start an exchange process. So far, quite a number of technicians have been using our Fronius SOS 1.0 platform. This is what the 1.0 platform looked like. You went online on a browser and could access data like your cases and inverter data, such as information, warranty replacement, and you could also get tech support contact information regarding over there. But now the Solar SOS platform is available as an app as well. You can download the app from Google Play Store or the Apple App Store as well. We also have kept the desktop version of the app available online. Key features of the app are that it's 100% digital. You do not need to sign a written declaration of consent. You can request a form online, and if further information is required, our service team or our sales team will get back in touch with you. Another beneficial feature of the app is that an installer can have multiple companies attached to their profile. Say, for example, if an installer subcontracts on behalf of two companies or is a regular subcontractor for one company, but also runs his own business, then they can contact Fronius Tech Support to be added under that company's account as well. Fronius will send a confirmation email to the company. Once the company confirms that yes, this person is a subcontractor for us, and another company account will be attached to their profile, and then the person can switch between the accounts for whichever company they are doing the job, and then authorize replacement under that account.
Wow, that's an awesome feature. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very convenient feature and a very handy feature as well on the app for installers to be able to switch between multiple accounts. The app takes over the existing features of the SOS 1.0, but has an improved and a user-friendly interface and has step-by-step instructions for the troubleshooting process. To start with the troubleshooting process, you can get error code information either from the inverter display, or you can get it online on SolarWeb, where you can get the date and the time and a short description on what that error code means and when that happened. Um, at the end of my presentation, my colleague Balaji will also be doing a live demo of the Solar SOS platform, wherein you can see how the process works in real time.
And Vivek, this is what we call as the proactive service approach here, where the installer sets up the system up on SolarWeb and constantly monitors the system every now and then. And let's say if something goes wrong with the system, and even before the end customers notifies the fault, they can go to the site and fix it in one go. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great feature, wherein installers are notified regarding system any issues that arise with the system later on as well. Another really cool feature of the app is in-app communication. You can now converse directly with the support team, request an update on a case, provide additional information such as photos or videos. It's a very simple one-on-one communication path, and also provides you notifications so that you do not miss any important updates from the support team. You also have access to delivery information, such as when the unit was ordered. You also get tracking information, and whether you are receiving a component or are you receiving a whole inverter as a replacement. This definitely is a very beneficial feature, as it will help installers and companies manage their time more efficiently, as they will know when the product is arriving to them, and they can organize a job for the replacement depending upon that. You also get access to manuals and videos, and the beneficial feature of this app is it supports HTML5 format, wherein you can get access to high quality resources online and without having to download them every single time. You also get access to additional information such as instructional manual and YouTube videos for that particular product category, wherein you do not have to sift through a big list. You enter the product details such as say a serial number, and you will get relevant information which pertains to that particular serial number.
Wow, that's awesome, man. That looks like a one-stop shop for me.
It is, Balaji. It definitely
Brilliant.
is.
Brilliant.
You also get an overview of all your cases. with Fronius, all your current cases and past cases can be filtered, for example, with time period, so that you can refer to an old case for additional information, and say an error code is duplicated at some other site. You can refer to whatever troubleshooting was followed into troubleshooting steps were followed for that case. You can also query inverter data, such as name of the system on SolarWeb, warranty information on the unit, whether it has, Fronius Warranty Plus, covering all the aspects of the replacement, such as the parts, the service call-out fee, and the shipment involved, or whether just the unit is under cost of material warranty. This will help the installers have a better communication with their end customers. They can notify them, hey, these are the costs that might be involved in this replacement process.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so this is the new complete feature-packed Fronius SOS platform, providing a streamlined process for installers and their companies, achieving our goal of maximum uptime. So thank you everyone for your time. I will be passing over the webinar to Balaji now, who will be doing a live demonstration of the app. Thank you everyone.
Thanks, Vivek. Thank you for providing us an overview about the app, its features, and how it can be used for troubleshooting. Now let's go and look into the app and how we can make use of it when the technicians are on site. Let's go for it. Yep. So here is the link to access SOS, or you can just Google it for Fronius SOS and click on the first link that comes up in your search. And then once you create an SOS account, you can just log in into your account. So just putting on the details up here. So I'm just gonna log into one of the test accounts that we have. Just logging in. All right, so this is how the desktop version of the SOS looks like, the Solar SOS looks like. So let's go through each and every one of the section one by one. So since this is just the test app, so we may not be able to place a service request for exchanging an inverter, but I'll show you the rest of the other features. So let's start with the troubleshooting. Let's say when you're on site, or maybe if you've monitored the system on SolarWeb, and let's say if you have received a service message on the inverter or on the system on SolarWeb, if you have the serial number of the inverter, you can punch in the serial number there. So I'm just gonna put in the serial number there. Okay, and SOS will automatically relate to which product group that inverter falls under. And then, for example, let's say the inverter had an error 401, which means power stack communication error. So just enter 401, and it's gonna give you all the step-by-step troubleshooting step. So, can go through all the steps one by one and see how we go, and do all the checks if you're on site as well. And let's say if you don't find out anything that's causing the error, like in the sense an external cause on site, and if you're pretty sure that it's a issue with the inverter, like a hardware issue, you can request for a exchange or repair. So just click on request exchange or repair, and then if you are a Fronius Solutions partner, you get to see these options called component level exchange, where it gives you the different components that can be replaced on the inverter to fix the issue. If not, you get to see these two options like device exchange and device repair, which means device exchange means you can request for a inverter replacement right from the SOS tool up here. So you can just put in your fault description, just put in what are the steps that you follow to troubleshoot the system. And if there are any specific issues on site, like sometimes there may be some burnt components on the inverter due to an external cause, or at times there may be a water ingress case. So in this cases, please attach the supporting photographs when you're creating a case. And also we now have a Fronius warranty claim form. So by means of which you can again put in all the inverter related details up there, put in your troubleshooting steps and a short description of the error, and you can attach it to the files that's here. So you can attach the PDF or any supporting photographs you have. And once it's done, you can just continue and create a service request. So when you create a service request, please make sure that the delivery address is right, because that's very important. Because once we receive the service request and it's all good to go, we'll just go ahead and dispatch the replacement inverter or component. So, and also here you can get an overview of the service costs involved. So there is a PDF that's on there on the cost. So when you just click on it, it just downloads a PDF file, which you can save it on your computer and then go through the service cost that's linked to the inverter replacement or the component involved. So it's all up there for you on SOS. So just quickly close it. And then that's how the troubleshooting is done. And a troubleshooting can also be done even if you don't have a serial number of the inverter, whereas you just have the product group like Primo, Simo, or it can be a Gen 24. You can select that specific product group and then enter the state code that comes up on the inverter's display, or if it's a Gen 24, you can see it on the inverter's pilot's interface, and then start your troubleshooting up there. All right. And also there's a section called cases, where you can look into the history of service requests or cases that you have created under your account. So you can just choose the time period for your cases up there. So so you can choose the last 30 days. Just choose the time period for the cases that you want to look for. So I'm just going to choose from the 1st of January till date. So if you have any cases created, you can look for the information up here. Okay, so So under the cases, you can find the messages that you can send it on the case, and also the status regarding the delivery of the inverter. Since it's a test account, we don't have any cases under this account. But usually if you're a technician or an installer, and if you have cases created, you can look for the cases under your SOS account. And also under the device data, again, you can put in the serial number of the inverter, and press enter. It's going to give you the warranty period that's left on that inverter. So you can see when the full warranty on the inverter is valid, and also the Fronius warranty that's left on the inverter. And apart from that, you also have the manual section where you can find all the related manuals to a specific serial number of the inverter. So again, you just put in the serial number of the inverter there, and you can choose your preferred language. So just choose English, press enter. It's going to give you the all the list of all the manuals that's relevant to that specific category. And apart from the instructions or the installation manual, we can also get to see the YouTube webinars that falls under the relevant category. So more resources for you to access when you're on site. And now I'll quickly go through the account switcher section that Vivek was talking about. So if you were having like 2 different accounts under your contact, let's say if you're a subcontractor having your own company and also subcontract for different ones, so here you get to choose the account that you want to create the service request for. So that was the feature that Vivek was talking about. So in order to raise service cases or service requests, you must have signed a declaration of consent. So once you fill in the declaration of consent form, we can then allocate a Fronius customer number. And once you get a Fronius customer number, you can go ahead and start raising service cases or service requests. And that's most of it. And this tool is pretty much straightforward. So now let's go on to the Fronius service process. I'll just give an overview on how the service process works at Fronius Australia. So how does the troubleshooting process work at our contact center? So these are some of the important things that you should remember when you're in contact with tech support. So if you have a case number, let's say if you're raised a case through SOS, you can obviously follow it up using the message section on the cases on SOS, or you can also give us a call. But if you're following it up via SOS, we prioritize cases or emails that's sent via SOS. So we would really appreciate that if you can use the message section that's on the cases on SOS. But if not, if you want to get into touch with us, we're still more than happy to help. So in that case, when you reach tech support, please have the serial number of the inverter handy. And if there is a error state code or the error code that's available, that's well and good. And also the type of fault. Sometimes it could be a permanent fault, a temporary one, or sometimes it could be a bit more sporadic. So in that case, please also give us the type of fault. That would be really handy for us when you're calling us for troubleshooting help. And the exchange process at Fronius, if there are any technical issues, you can call us or raise the case via SOS. If the problem is solved, happy days, well and good. If the problem still continues, a replacement inverter or component can be requested either by calling us or by using the SOS tool. And then we send out the exchange item. And once the exchange item is received, you can send the faulty inverter back to us. So you'll need to get back to Fronius or contact our service team within 10 days of receiving the replacement, and arrange a pickup time for the defective unit. And once that's done, we get the faulty unit back, we just inspect it, and if it's a successful warranty claim, then you will receive a $0 invoice. And in order to claim the service reimbursement from us, you got to invoice back to us to pv-service-australia@fronius.com, quoting the 211 reference number that's on the $0 invoice, and your service reimbursement will be credited. If it's a non-warranty claim, the repair and the freight charge will be charged accordingly. And some of the common errors that can be avoided. So you can double check the serial number of the inverter before calling us or raising the case via SOS. Let's say in case if there is a mistake in the serial number that was provided, please call our service team on 03-8340-2920 if you need to make some corrections. And please make sure that there are no units or PC boards being returned to us without any records. So always make sure that you raise a service case or a case via SOS or our tech support hotline, and make sure that you organize the collection of the faulty unit with our service team. And also please avoid units or PC boards sent back to us with no paperwork or any details attached to it, because we won't have the track record of that unit or board being returned. And also please make sure that you're organizing the collection or pickup within the provided time frame, and also avoid invoices being sent prior receiving the $0 invoice. Right. So that's most of it from the service and troubleshooting side of thing, and that's the right service process up there. And here we are now about to give some additional information that may help you with the pre-installation planning, and also help you with the on-site troubleshooting as well. So here we go. Here we have our very famous YouTube channel where we upload content about our products and solutions on a very regular basis. So please feel free to subscribe for our YouTube channel, and there we have the playlist for Fronius Australia where we upload contents relevant to the Australian market. And apart from that, this section on our website, which is called the tech support area, where we have a dedicated section for tech support related content. It can be some technical resources, some white papers, some quick guides, and also of course we do have software updates for the inverters there as well. So here is the link, and you can access the tech support area by clicking on the link. So please feel free to bookmark this link on your web browser. It may come in handy for you guys. And if you require any additional information about our digital solutions or apps from Fronius, you can visit the links, or you can just Google for Fronius digital tools, which will take you to this link as well. So that's it from our side, everyone. So now if you have any questions or doubts, we are more than happy to stay on the line and answer all your questions and doubts. And for your information, we have attached the service process and also the warranty claim form that can be used. So please feel free to download this from the webinar tool. Thank you, everyone. I hope you found the content informative. And if you have any questions, we are there to help. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening.
Thank you for joining in. Good night, guys.